Silverstone is the home of British motorsport and welcomes Formula One back to its stunning curves this week. You can now watch full 24-minute episodes of The Inside Line at our official home on unbeaten.com. Formula One heads to its beloved heartland this weekend, England, and Silverstone, where the World Championship began in 1950 with the then Grand Prix d'Europe incorporating the British Grand Prix. That inaugural race was dominated by Alfa Romeo and Guiseppe Farina, who not only led a 1-2-3 result for the iconic Italian marque, but also went on to lift that maiden crown. The next 4 British wins were between Italy and Argentina, as Ferrari's Alberto Ascari and Jose Froilan Gonzalez, the Pampas Bull, shared the spoils with 2 apiece, before the full-time arrival of swashbuckling pilot Sir Stirling Moss. His maiden victory at Aintree in 1955, arguably his most famous, as he became the first Brit to win his home race, narrowly ahead of Mercedes teammate Juan Manuel Fangio. Across the 3 tracks that have hosted, another Brit, Sir Lewis Hamilton, is the most successful with 8 wins, while fellow champions Jim Clark and Alain Prost have 5. Nigel Mansell is alone on 4 victories. And Mansell's last home win in 1992 in the V10-powered FW14B was one that inspired many of his countrymen to follow in his footsteps.
For me, the drivers that I followed were when I was sort of 6 to 8 years old. That was the first few years I watched Formula One, and it was Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, Nigel Mansell. It was that era that was exciting and interesting to me.
In 2022, top Brit is, for the first time in a long time, not Hamilton, but his young gun Mercedes teammate George Russell. With the King's Lynn racer 4th in the standings after Canada, behind the 2 Red Bulls and the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Further down in the top 10, another Brit, McLaren's Lando Norris. To beat Hamilton and make the most of his Mercedes shot, Russell isn't leaving any stone unturned, with Mr. Consistency going back to basics in what has made him a monster in the past. Methodical precision, hard work, and aggressive driving.
You have to have your micro targets of where am I going to improve on myself, where am I going to improve on the car. And if you do every single aspect correctly, you give yourself the best chance of reaching the obvious goal.
And the home support for the Brits, including Russell, will be massive as the fans flock to Northamptonshire, something they couldn't do in 2020 with Silverstone's doubleheader behind closed doors. Silverstone is in the British Midlands, the 5.891-kilometre circuit featuring 18 turns, 8 left and 10 right, for a top speed of 330 kilometers per hour. Max Verstappen broke the lap record for Red Bull in 2020. While there are 2 DRS activation zones, with one on the Wellington Straight, the other on the Hangar Straight, with 2 detection zones. Is Red Bull's Max Verstappen set to take his first win at the home of F1 since the 70th anniversary Grand Prix in 2020? Or could we see a new winner at Silverstone? Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.